Good morning, everybody. This is Texas Lady Patriot, and today is Monday, November 16th, 2009, and it is approximately a little bit before 5 a.m. And I have been doing some of my own research on a variety of topics. And today, over the course of maybe one or two, maybe three videos, I'm going to be debunking a lot of arguments pertaining to the word capitalism and the argument that capitalism has failed in this country. So let's get started. Okay, first of all, I'm not sure if anybody understands what capitalism really is, but capitalism itself is basically a vehicle. And it's a vehicle that promotes innovation and competition. The two ingredients necessary for producing things that progressively get better, even as they also get progressively cheaper. And there's this argument going around that's saying that capitalism has failed. But we also have to keep in mind that it's neither good nor evil. It just is. It can help you get a better job, a bigger house, or a better retirement. But the key factor is in the individual who must do things for themselves. But what capitalism can do is create an environment where those with the will to succeed can have a better chance of achieving their dreams. Hardworking Americans and hardworking people all over the world will still fall through the cracks. That will always be a part of life. There's always going to be peaks and valleys in the free market. And I dare anyone to show me another system that has done as much that quickly raise the standard of living and quality of life of a country as capitalism has for America. You can't. It doesn't exist. For example, in 1949, someone who worked over the summer for minimum wage would have enough money to buy the following items from that year's Sears catalog: a Smith Corona typewriter, an Argus 21 35mm camera, a Silvertone AM/FM table radio, and a Silvertone 3-speed phonograph. Now, in 2009, that same person working over the summer, the same number of hours at minimum wage, will have enough money to buy these items: a Dell laptop computer, HP color ink printer, a scanner, a copier, a Canon 8 megapixel digital camera, a portable GPS system, a 32-inch LCD HD TV, an 8 gigabyte iPod Nano, and a host of other things. But you get the drift. And as I said, capitalism promotes innovation and competition, two ingredients necessary for producing things that get progressively better, even as they also get progressively cheaper. The truth is that a minimum wage worker in America is still one of the wealthiest people in the world. That doesn't mean we can't do things better. But those who are in favor of throwing away the system that made us the envy of the world are either dangerously naive or they have an agenda. You can probably identify which people or which group they belong to by this idiotic argument. Your precious free market capitalism has failed. The truth is, capitalism hasn't failed. Greed has failed. Think about it like this. You're a doctor with 50 sick patients, all of whom have the exact same symptoms. 20 of your patients are women, the rest are men. 10 of your patients are Asian, 5 are Arab, 5 are Mexican, 5 are African American, and the rest are Caucasian. They have varying hair colors and all are different heights and weights. Some smoke and drink, some do neither. In other words, these people seem to have nothing in common, yet they all have the same disease. Look around the world right now. Virtually every country is sick. Communist, socialist, capitalist, and everything in between. It doesn't matter. The global recession infected everyone. Yet we look at all of these countries with all the different styles of government and different views on economic freedom, and we come to the nonsensical conclusion that capitalism has failed. How can that be possible? The only thing these countries have in common is that they all fell victim to the idea that returns could be had without risk. Or to put it another way, they all succumbed to greed. If you trace this economic crisis back to one seminal event, you'd probably point the finger at the collapse of the U.S. housing market. But was that collapse triggered by the failure of capitalism or by an abuse of it by the government? So, anyway, so let's take a look at true free market capitalism. Under true free market capitalism, the government would have no involvement in home ownership whatsoever. They wouldn't encourage it through artificially low interest rates, Fannie and Freddie tax breaks, or a Community Reinvestment Act. But they would discourage it, they would not discourage it either. Rates would be set by market participants based on risk, reward, and a clear understanding that making bad loans would result in bankruptcy. But we've done the complete opposite of that. The housing market is manipulated by the government every step of the way. So while some may argue that we need more regulation to prevent these future excesses, the argument is that the existing regulations that created those excesses in the first place. In other words, what has failed isn't the idea of the free markets. It's the idea that the market can be free when it's run by an increasingly activist government. And I'm going to stop here for now, because I am limited on time, and pick it up in another video. Thanks. This is Texas Lady Patriot, and thanks for watching.